What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game Conclave. This is Viborg. We have got our Sunday Gaming News Roundup from last week to let you know all about. This one is probably going to be a little bit shorter of a video. There really wasn't a lot of stuff that dropped this week in terms of new games coming out, so there's not a lot to cover in that section. And there wasn't a really crap ton of game news either. Certain things happened that swallowed up all the air in the room. And in particular, the first and third week of April were kind of stacked with all the releases. Not sure why that was, but yeah. Anyway, let's kick off by hopping into this week's for sure upcoming releases and DLC we're excited for, but we're actually going to start off with something that already came out. And yeah, it finally happened. The long-rumored shadow drop of the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion's remaster dropped exactly like the rumor said it was on April 21st. Now, obviously, that was last week and not a upcoming release, which is the usual format for our videos, but, well, it's a frickin' huge game that just shadow dropped and, as I mentioned, kind of swallowed up all the air in the room, and it's definitely worth letting all 5 people that maybe still haven't heard about it that it exists, so... So if you're familiar with the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and, well, you probably are, this is the game that came before Skyrim in the Elder Scrolls series. This is the 4th entry, Oblivion. It is a massive open-world action RPG from Bethesda. The game has been fully remastered in the Unreal Engine 5, but as we understand it, this is considered a remaster and not a remake, as the original game's code and is, like, buried deep down in there or something. I don't know. We're just people who play games. We don't know what the hell we're talking about when it comes to coding and programming. So now you can play this in either first or third person perspective. You will create your character and then stew in your jail cell for about a minute before the Emperor and a cadre of his bodyguards burst into your jail. And you're pardoned for your crimes and told you need to help get the Emperor to safety, as his 3 sons have been killed and the assassins are now targeting the Emperor. And your cell just happens to hold the secret exit to escape the palace, and, well, they need your help. So you'll tag along with the Blades who protect the Emperor, and they are eventually overwhelmed, and the assassins and Blades manage to kill each other off, save for one last assassin who kills the Emperor before turning his sights on you. After you defend yourself, the Emperor with his dying breath will give you his amulet and tell you it must be given to the head of the Blades. You escape the sewers, and from there are given that complete and total freedom that Bethesda games are known and beloved for. Now, this is a phenomenal RPG. I'm very happy a new generation of gamers is going to get the opportunity to experience it. Us old farts and now also have the opportunity to relive it with some new bells and whistles. A lot of work went into this, but also a lot of care. They even preserved the game's original dialogue, bugs and all, so you can literally still get those infamous scenes where the voice actors ask to do another take because they're not quite sure they nailed it. And I'm just so happy they kept all the goofy crap like that. So you can pick this one up right now on the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC.
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
Kiborg is a roguelite beat-em-up game made by Sobaka Studio. In Kiborg, prisoners are used for entertainment, and even death won't set you free, as you'll just be reconstructed as a cyborg. And all this plays out in a reality show that sounds very Running Man-esque. Great movie, by the way. But prisoners are forced to fight each other to the roof of the prison for a shuttle ride that will grant them their freedom. But to get there, as you've guessed, you've got to fight against all the other prisoners. You'll bash, smash, crush, maim, shoot, and kill one another for the chance at freedom. And this just looks like it could be a potentially violent, bloody, and maybe kind of hilarious, like arcadey style game, very retro 2000s throwback in the style of game. It's dropping on the PC on April 30th, but console releases are projected for sometime in May. Skin Deep is an immersive sim first-person shooter coming to us by way of Belendo Games. In Skin Deep, you've been placed in cryostasis aboard an interstellar spaceship that's been boarded as pirates. The alarm system has awoken you, and you must now explore this non-linear ship to sneak around, sabotage, and kill pirates that vastly outnumber and outgun you. And based on the trailer, I'm pretty sure the cargo you're protecting is cats, and you appear to have an allergy to them, since there is a highlighted sneeze mechanic and meter. So this sounds like it could be damn silly and damn fun. It's only coming to PC at this time on April 30th.
Nothing left.
He's getting away!
Alright, and Shotgun Copman is finally launching. This is from the creators of My Friend Pedro. This game has pretty much the best tagline of all time in gaming history. Go to hell and arrest Satan. That's the game. You'll journey through hell in this goofy action platformer, blasting demons at hellspawn and using your guns kick back to propel yourself ever closer to your objective of arresting Satan. This one's launching on the Switch and PC on May 1st. Okay, and this one is not a new game announcement, but we do finally have the release date for Sucker Punch's latest entry in the Ghost series. Ghost of Yotei has been confirmed to launch on October 2nd. And I'm gonna assume that Sony must be pretty confident that this PS5 exclusive is going to avoid Grand Theft Auto 6's release date, which I'm guessing they're gonna think is sometime after this launch, because I think we all know and probably think that even a Ghost game is not gonna be able to go head to head with Grand Theft Auto and come out unscathed. Alright, so we had several really quick milestones in terms of sales updates from some games last week. So Clair Obscur Expedition 33's developers Sandfall Interactive have already confirmed the game has sold over 1 million units in 48 hours, and they specified this was units sold and intentionally mentioned that this did not count Game Pass players. So that's super awesome. This is a brand new studio. This is their debut title. To have such a quick and massive success is very crazy in the world of gaming. They also had on Steam over 120,000 concurrent players over the weekend, which for a turn-based RPG is pretty darn good. That puts them ahead of Metaphor ReFantasio on Steam, but well behind Baldur's Gate. But it's still really darn great for a turn-based game. Paradox has announced that their epic grand strategy game Crusader Kings 3 has sold 4 million units. Now the game's been out since 2020, but it's just had a plethora of DLC added into the game, just expanding so much of this great, fantastic game. Tons of the RPG mechanics have been enhanced. It's really nice to see such a great game have long legs and just continue to move units. I know this title looks really boring to watch. Every time we put footage of here, I'm always like, God, this looks terrible. Like, because I don't know that people understand what's going on. But once you delve into this game's mechanics and actually figure out what you're doing, it's just ridiculously engrossing. And finally, in a rather unsurprising update, yeah, no, I think we all saw this one coming. In a mere 48 hours, Bethesda announced that over 4 million people had already dived into the world of Cyrodiil one more time and trying out this monstrous RPG now that Oblivion is remastered. They did say players, so this is counting people on Game Pass, this is counting sales. They had a concurrent Steam player count over the weekend of 250,000 people. I'm actually kind of shocked it was that low. I think the Shadow Drop just kind of took some people by surprise though, and I don't know. It won't be surprising to see it spike again after people have, had more chance to see what the game's about, see it online, and realize like, oh wow, this is like, wait, the Skyrim precursor? And a lot of people who've never gone back and played it are definitely going to dive in, I think. So won't be shocked if we see a higher concurrent player count at some time, and those numbers are just going to continue to, skyrocket. I think it's easily going to surpass the original game's sales. The original one had, I think, about 9.5 million units last we checked. So this one's going to easily beat it, I think, probably by the end of the year. If you found any of these stories interesting or are going to be checking out any of those games that launched last week and coming out this week, let us know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like and subscribe. And as always, from all of us here at Game Conclave, thank you so much for watching.